Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How is everyone? Everyone. Everybody around the world. Are you ready for a brand new day? That song just came to me. That was a good jam. Who used to sing that song? My hair is so staticky. My sweater I put on this morning, I just got back from a meeting. You could hear the static clink. It was insane. I was like, my Nana would kill me right now for not having that static clink spray in the house. She'd be like, Courtney, what are you doing? I got the goosebumps. She'd be like walking into the school, like my hair, I could feel my hair like rising. I was like, oh my gosh. I ran into the bathroom real quick and like watered it down, but it didn't cut it. Like it was like, oh my gosh. Um it's like full, like you can hear it. Like hear it? It's like I was zapping. I was getting zapped every time, like look at my hair because I touched it. Every time I even it didn't feel that staticky when I put it on. But like every time when I was talking to the teachers, like I would move my hands, like I could feel it, like it would zap me, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is a little awkward. Like they're probably like, not to mention, like I felt like they were all like in hypno. I feel like it was a like I was in hypnotherapy with them. Like every time I look at a teacher, like he or she would start to talk, and then they would lose their track of mind. Like I felt like I had a little control, like a little pull. It was odd. It was odd because never would I take anything to advantage like that. Like, or didn't even know I was capable of doing that. I know I'm capable of putting people in like awe, but like that was a lot. It was very bizarre. So you're gonna text me in a few. Did you dream about me again, baby? Um, so it was a really weird experience. And mind you, it's a new school this year. So all new teachers, right? Um, it's crazy. It's very it was one of those type of meetings. He's slacking right now. I knew he was slacking a little bit, but he's slacking. And the school he goes to, they don't accept slackers. So I gotta take some accountability for that. So I'm kind of like totally his responsibility, but kind of taking some of the blame. So it's kind of like heavy on me right now if I seem a little heavy. Because as a parent, you gotta be proactive when it comes to that shit, you know? So kind of a little disappointed in myself for not really seeing it sooner. But that's just it. Like, I think it's even more frustrating because he's slacking versus struggling, and it's like, okay, just as much his fault. But anywho, and the meeting itself was just strange. His vice principal, hot, hot, hot. He had on like a nice white shirt with a Celtics tie. I was like, all right, I'm digging it, digging it. He had a ring on. He had a ring on. Not really looking, but like I was looking. I was like, oh. But the thing that threw me, like I noticed he was a handsome man. It wasn't like, ooh, let me get a piece, right? It wasn't really like that. But like every time I saw him or looked over, it felt like he was aging in front of me. Like I could see him aging. can't really explain it. Oh, Lucy's up here. Hold on, babe. Okay. I hear you. Girlfriend, I hear you. Hi. Mia. What was that about? Stress call or what? So, I don't know if I'd really call it. No, it's definitely like aging. Like it was bizarre. It wasn't like, oh, I'm staring at you because you're handsome, right? It's, although it doesn't hurt the eyes, but I don't think it's quite aging because I didn't get the goosebumps. Yeah, see, I just got the goosebumps. So it wasn't aging, but it was something. Like every time I looked at him, he looked different. And the thing is, every time I just happened to look at him, it was a completely different angle. Okay, so I got the goosebumps. See, it's still something. I don't know what it is. And each angle made him look completely different. And like, here I am trying to focus on the academic side. And his social studies teacher, I was saying it to my mom. She's like, oh, everyone has a bad day. I was like, nah, I don't like her. I don't like her vibe. You know, teachers get tired after time if they don't rejuvenize, you know, they get stuck. It was like, it was awful vibe. And then there was like another one. She was older. It's another younger one. She was like, had so much pep. Like she just wanted to. And then they brought somebody in from outside the school legally because of the town we're in. This school is really top notch, guys. Like it's insane. Academic structure is unreal. Which is good, and it's nice that he's not struggling, right? You can keep up with it. Well, he's slacking, but he could keep up with it. They bring somebody else in that represents the state. She had some fancy freaking name. I was like, okay, fancy pants over there. Super sweet though. So it was very it wasn't a normal experience. And then I swear to God, the bell rang. Okay, 9:15, the bell rang. Every teacher except for the vice principal and this woman. Okay, I forget her title. All right, she doesn't even work at the school per se. She bounces around, and everybody got up like so quick. And I'm used to IEP meetings. They last a while, you know. They can be like, okay, already. Like, I get it. How many times are they gonna tell me the same thing? Like, cool. Like, I get it, you know, especially with IEPs, they last forever. They all got up and like, we gotta go. Like it was rushed, we gotta get to class. All teachers, like, I get it, right? But like, I literally sat there dumbfounded, like even the vice principal, I don't remember his name to be honest with you. He was like, whoa. He's like, I saw that reaction on your face. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I was literally like this. I mean, I got the goosebumps. Like a fucking fire drill went off. I was like, holy shit, where's the fire? Like someone put the fire out. Like, not, hey, nice to meet you. It was great to catch up with you. They're like, we'll email you. And I'm like, okay, sounds great. Oh, so awkward. So awkward. So there's that. They're so programmed. It was literally baffling. Like my face, I know my face was like this. Because, like I said, he was just like, I think, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think he asked me if I was okay. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I remember looking at him like, yeah. And he's like, talking to me. Like, now he's the therapist, right? And he's like, I know. That was a lot to process. And I'm like, no, nothing was a lot to process. I'm on the same page. I said, what I can't process is the way that everybody just got up like that. And he was like, he kind of like smiled, but it like went way over his head. Like the exit is what I couldn't process. You know, it was insane. It was really like a fire alarm went off. Like firefighters would get up and like, sorry, no time to even say hi bye. Like, insane in the membrane. Okay, but anywho, that was my morning. I woke up with massive anxiety. Don't know what that's regarding. And then I went fine again. And then what started the anxiety was me going on YouTube and checking out something I wanted to check out on angelic karma. And when I was watching her, I didn't get anxiety. She's calming for me sometimes. Well, it used to be. I don't really go on to calm myself. But I picked up on it the minute I jumped on YouTube. So I'm like, I'm getting real tired of this empathic shit. But when it comes to anxiety. And then I went to click on my page. I was just looking on the community page. Good morning. I gotta discuss these emails too. I went on the community page to just check some things out, and the amount of anxiety was like, what the frig? And then I sat here for a second before I went on because my anxiety level went sky high to the point where I almost wanted to take a Valium. And then I'm like, Court, that wouldn't even cure your anxiety right now. Like, I get it, it's medication, but it's a spiritual. It's you can't, it doesn't work that way. It's like not your anxiety. And I'm just like, oh. So listen, with the emails, I just noticed, okay, I have like 2 reads that I've been wanting to get out that I can't get out. Personal reads that were done 2 weeks ago because I wasn't getting the emails, right? Now I feel the need to redo them because in 2 weeks shit can shift. That something had to have shifted in the read because I can feel the need to redo it. But my emails, okay, are now going to, some of them were in my social folder, and other ones were like, all the ones I was waiting for a response were not in my primary folder. And I just realized that the other day. So I'm telling you, please, I know it seems annoying and frustrating, but it's almost like your PayPal. I didn't even get the PayPal one because it went into social, which has never happened before. So now I'm like going through like all my emails, and when I noticed it the other day, it was like I just got like this overwhelming feeling, and I was just like, okay, back away from it, go back to it in a couple hours. And the kids got home and I didn't get a chance. So I need you to email me again. If you've been emailing me and I'm not responding, I'm telling you, I'm not getting it, which is odd. But I also know they're being put into different folders right now. So I will be looking into the spam. I will be looking into the social. I forget what the other one's called. I have like 4 folders on my email. Okay. So I apologize. Those have been waiting almost 2 weeks. If I just remembered you brought it up. If I didn't respond to you, Michelle, I didn't get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, or it went into another folder. I have to get it all on books today, like on paper. And then if you're waiting and you didn't get it, and this was like 2 weeks ago, I'm redoing your read. So, but you'll be first on the list, so don't worry. I'll bang them out. I'm not really worried about not getting my job done. It's just, I'm really surprised they're starting to go into social and something else now. Which explains why here and there I look at the feed and people are like, did you get my email? Did you get my email? And it's like, I get a lot of emails on a daily basis, but I also have certain things set up so they go, especially the primary with the PayPal. But now my PayPal is making it into a different account. Okay, so anyhow, I want to touch base on past life because I think we are dealing with past life scenarios. And I think I don't stress it enough. So I'm going to do a video for you guys later, not live on the laptop. I'm going to push the energy for you. And we're going to move it so you can start working with your subconscious. Okay. I had a friend that's really dealing with the past life situation. And majority of us are, you know. We're like, oh, we shared a past life. We do. We're reincarnated, my belief, right? But you gotta know when to decipher. Like they're like, oh, are we just stuck in this past life loop court? And it's like, no, you know, we're not. What's happening is, I feel like whether we're repeating something or not, which karmic, I'm sure we're repeating a lesson or something with this person, right? Place thing, usually a person that's related to work, love, whatnot. And we feel this strong magnetic pull or love or just whatever you feel can be overwhelming sometimes. So I try to explain to her that yes, you can feel the past life. Yes, it is intense. Yes, your love is real. Yes, XYZ. But here's the thing. Subconsciously we're linked. But if it's not happening in the 3D, and especially if there's no synergy, which is key, you're holding on to past memories that exist in our minds, emotions that exist in our hearts, but they're also linked to past life, right? So you got to be able to decipher which emotions you're carrying. It's so weird. I wanted to give a whole different like little thing. I think it's because I'm doing the video for you guys later. But it's like I'm drawing a blank. Let me actually, I'll tell you exactly how I worded it to her. Because it's sending me somewhere else. I said, I don't feel like you're necessarily stuck in a past life. I feel when we get attached to emotions, they get tugged on, which is definitely relevant to what went down in the past life. So I guess in our reality about it's time to look at it in the present moment and realizing that it's not actually happening. It's not actually happening because if it was, it'd be being reciprocated. Okay, so that's kind of how I worded it to her. I'm gonna do a separate video on it for you guys. I don't want to get. I feel like I'm gonna get stuck in that energy right now. I don't want to. I am gonna make it a priority to get that done today. Okay, it's perspective on how you want to look at things, but it is true. I got a past life with her. I got a past life with him. I got this. I got memories. I got all this stuff, right? But like, don't look at it as you being stuck with this particular energy because past life, I gotta clear something up. You clear it up by putting the emotions in check. Some of you are gonna have to write a list. You know what I mean? No, Sheldon's a boy. So we'll touch base on that video. So what I want to do in that video is clear your subconscious. So basically whatever's being tossed subconsciously, which is kind of like a majority of our reads, right? Day-to-day topics. What I'm going to do is go and read the subconscious of the energy and how it can get stuck because it's in our subconscious, right? But until you realize you have to take the action to move the subconscious, it's going to stay there, right? So I have the ability to move that. So what I'm going to do is kind of everything that has played out in the last 6 months. I'm going to do a video on that and where the subconscious is really at. And then I'm going to go in and clarify. And I normally always do that with personal reads because it's important for you guys to know. And then at the end of a personal read, I'll always go to what you have in store for the next 4 to 6 weeks. But this way, and then the other energy, obviously, but like this particular video, I'm going to do it that way. We're going to push it out. And then I'm going to tell you, as long as you push it out and you realize what's happening, all this stuff in 4 to 6 weeks or 2 to 4, however I'm going to do it. I might do it once a month for you guys because it's important. And I know I have that capability of pushing it. So probably should do it once a month for you. All that I say sometimes is like good, so too good to be true, but it's not. It's not. Once you can't completely wipe the subconscious, obviously, right? But we can push the energy out. And that's what's really important for me to do with you guys right now. It doesn't mean that the love's not, it doesn't mean, hi, sweetie. It doesn't mean that the love's not real or this, and that. It's, I'll explain it all in the video, okay? It just makes you realize, like, I can make you look at something from a subconscious level for you to really piece what's happening. So consciously, you can act on it because we get stuck in the subconscious. Okay? Okay. That seemed like a whole lot. That's exactly why I just wanted to do. I wanted to step out of it. The feed keeps going up and down, up and down. It's weird. So we need to move that energy. I know it's going to take a while to upload, but it should definitely come out today. Okay. It kind of like something just came to me. I knew it was going to happen. But you also have to believe in yourself that you can do it. It's mind over matter. Does Sheldon have eggs? No. Huh? No, it's a boy. He's a boy. He likes to use his penis a lot lately. Okay? Which is kind of like, I got to do some research because he sits in like shavings. And like when he puts his penis back up, you can see like all the little shavings like hanging. So like when I see it, obviously I run him under the water because it can't be not painful for him, right? So, but sand's no better. I guess dirt would be better than wood shavings, but like I'm gonna have to read up on more of a masculine tortoise because now he's turning into, well, he's still obviously an adolescent, right? But like, ouch, that's not fun. I feel bad for him. If I'm gonna have a tortoise, I gotta take care of him the right way, and there's definitely a different way to take care of a male tortoise for sure. There's no question. And a turtle penis, that thing is like, whoa, it's like a horse penis on a turtle penis. You know, horses have huge penises. It's like, so don't turtles, which makes sense because you can't bend a shell, right? So they need to work with that. And I'm not saying this on like a sick level. I'm just saying, like, I have a damn tortoise and apparently he needs a different type of care because he's going through the whole adolescent thing, you know. I don't think it's mocking his scent. I don't know if they do that. I mean, why wouldn't they? Other animals do, right? He's not leaving a scent, though. Which is nice. I just feel bad for his little pee-pee. His little pee-pee area. Not cool, you know? It's like you sitting in sand on the beach. You know, not cool. My poor little buddy. My poor little buddy. So, I'm gonna take care of Sheldon later. Mama will figure it out. He's in this weird stage too of like walking over his food and his water dish. I'm like, what are you doing? You're legitimately a freaking toddler right now. You're a straight up toddler. So there's that. I want to get him a friend soon. They say they don't need to, but like, I think I want to. Oh, and it's not going to be a female. Did somebody just write that? No, hell no. No. I don't know if you can neuter turtles. And I'm not about to breed tortoises. I'm going to breed anything, it's going to be a sphinx, but I don't see me doing that. I don't know if we're going to deal with numbers today, because when I said I probably got to get him a friend, it makes sense now, which is weird. So it makes me wonder what you guys are thinking about, because I instantly said, do I want to spend $700-800? But it was a $700 that stuck out. But he was only 5. But I guess by the time you're done buying what's necessary, it adds up to 7 or 8. Or it's just something for you guys, 700. But I mean, I was talking about the damn tortoise. So, hey Siri? Is it Siri? Hey Siri? I don't know your freaking name. Hey Siri? Is it Siri or Siri? Guys, I do this all the time. Spell it out for me like Siri. It's Siri. Like Siri. Siri. The other day I said, hey Alexa. Or is it Alexis? See, I freaking technology. Hey Siri. Siri. Hey Siri. The meaning of 700.
Okay, I found this on the web for the meaning of 700. Check it out.
I love the zeros. I mean, I know the 7 is powerful, right? We've been talking about the 7s, but like, ooh, it's talking about the meridians. I wanted to talk about that with you guys. Not today. I gotta do a whole energy 101 with you guys. Vital energy makes on surface of skin more than 700 different points. It's a balancing of vital energy of the body. We were talking about the body. The human eye can distinguish 700 tints of color in 7 colors of the rainbow. I don't think it has anything to do with the tortoise at all. So I guess it's a message for you on, it's basically how you're going to talk to your Surrey or Bigsby, or how you want to look at it for you. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm getting it can mean like so many different things for so many different people, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the tortoise. So maybe you're purchasing something, or you're considering, like, take that number and break it down. In a spiritual sense, not numerology, in a spiritual sense, there's certain rewards entering your life. We did talk about a new purchase, as if I was to get another turtle, so that makes sense. You're being encouraged. Keep up the great work, spiritual path, which I knew. Also, spiritual and physical work to what you're doing in your daily life. You're helping and assisting others. indicates that you're in a direct alignment with your purpose, which is freaking fan-fabulous. Okay, so, and again, introspection. Continuing certain cycles and flowing with them, but it's a beginning point. All right. So, but what's standing out to me, all right, is it brings the 700 brings a message of just rewards entering your life due to positive actions. Okay. So, and great work. So, rewards, right? And I was talking about buying him a friend, right? I hate saying it like that, like, hey, I'm gonna buy you a friend. But it would be like a reward for him, or hey, if you're struggling with money, maybe something's coming at you. Or for me, what I took from that was more about a spiritual purpose. So it's really what you want to take from it, okay? So I'll just leave it at that. Can you put two males together? Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, there's yeah, they're not territorial animals like that. Spotify. So some of you it's a money thing, and others of you it's a buying thing. I don't know why they brought me back to it. It brought me to the movie 300, and I'm nothing to do with the 700. You want to know what Caden did in social studies? Okay. He was supposed to talk about a certain war, and it was very specific, that word, specific, anywho, on the instructions. Well, what my son did, okay, is told his own story on the war he wanted to talk about, which was Spartacus, that they haven't even studied yet. The teacher was mind blown. Like the knowledge my son has, but here's the thing. That was not the topic. So instead of, apparently they wanted me to tell you this story, because that's what it brought me to. But he's never seen the movie. They haven't even studied that subject. But instead of doing what he was asked to do on a particular thing about the war, he came up with his own theory on why certain stuff should have went a certain way, because it went this way, but it should have went this way, and maybe that would have changed our country. Like the teacher was mind blown. She's like, I'm actually gonna keep this little essay, because she's like, I got a chuckle out of it, my husband got a chuckle out of it, the teachers in the school got a chuckle out of it. He'll probably be a politician one day, which gave me the goosebumps because I always pictured him in a situation like that. But the kid did not do what he was asked to do. See the problem? So it's like he's doing homework, but it's like it's not even on the same fucking topic. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? And then he debated in classroom. They watched like CNN or something. And the teacher was like, okay, well, what's your opinion? And he's like, do you know how much knowledge your son has on the Korean government? I was like, well, do you guys talk about it in class or whatever? She's like, no, not really. She's like, but the amount of knowledge that your son has on the Korean government is mind-blowing. I was like, yeah. He started talking about that last year. Remember I discussed it with you guys? He's on the Korean government. I got the goosebumps. I don't know what it is with this kid. I don't know if he's researching it. Like, she didn't bring the essay, but she said out of like the years of her teaching, like she thought it was great, and like his concept and what he thinks should have went down in order for something to would have changed, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what I mean? And then he made another comment. There was a question like, why do you think the Polish didn't survive or didn't accomplish this? And he's like, because the Polish are idiots and they don't know how to build anything, and Americans, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where the fuck did that even come from? Like, it sounds racist to me. And I had a conversation with him, and he's like, no, ma, the Polish, some of them, they're idiots. I'm like, oh my God. Like, who have you been talking to? I think you're spending way too much time with Grandpa. Okay, so next time I talk to him, next time the teacher asks you to write a project on this particular subject, can you stick with the freaking subject and not go in your own little world and think that your teacher wants your opinion on something else? Because that's where your knowledge lies. Okay. I love him to death, okay? But like, I hate his little racist jokes, like certain stuff, like, right? And it's like to me that Polish joke is racist. You know what I mean? It wasn't even a joke. It was a racist remark. But he literally turned around and said to me, "Can you fight that? Can you explain to me?" He literally said to me, "Can you explain it in a different way to me then, so I can understand that yada yada yada?" Yeah. I was baffled. I'm like, I don't need to challenge you, but I don't need you. I don't know. I said something and he's like, why? I can't state the obvious. I was like, I don't even know what to do with this child right now. Really don't know what to do with this child. Okay. The knowledge he knows on Korea and now how he feels about the Polish and writing his own little essay on Spartacus. Okay. And stuff he talked about on Spartacus is not even in the movie 300. I don't even know where he gets this knowledge. Mind blowing. This kid will sit and entertain you. He should literally have his own channel when it comes to education, not just to like shoot the shit. Like, this kid can blow your freaking mind. So anywho, maybe there's somebody around you that can blow your mind. I don't know. But when he was a young boy, I had a dream twice, the same exact dream, that he ran for president. So, which I don't see him really doing. If he's going to fight, if he's going to do politics, he's going to be more, he's not going to want the job of a president. He won't get enough say. It won't be good enough for him. You know what I mean? Like, he'll want to be like in the public eye disputing shit. Trust me. It wouldn't cut it to be a president. He wouldn't get enough done. He would look at it like that. So, anywho. You pulled perspective. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Well, we were just discussing that. So there's a reason to everything. But there's still laws set into place, right? There's still that fine line. But it really is truly all about perspective. You know how, like, please, if anyone's from Poland or Polish, please don't take offense to that. It's something about building, okay? I'm not getting into it, but please don't take offense to it. But you know how I posted the placenta yesterday with the umbilical cord? Well, some people got really offended. Perspective, guys. Like, in my eyes, it's art, it's life, right? Some were like, I got a weak stomach. Well, anything can pop up on YouTube, so it kind of was like a little baffling for me. But I had no problem posting that. Like, I didn't even think for a second that anyone would even take offense to it, or like, I don't know. But that's me, the maternal in me. You know what I mean? Like, it's perspective. It's how you want to look at something. Like me talking about, let's clear out your subconscious, right? Believing. It's kind of like the Hangman. It is the Hangman in this deck. You know, solutions. So you come up with all these major arcana. Success that comes from objective, compromising, self-control, patience, forgiving, healing energies. So considering we went from the 12 to the 14, we're just missing the 13. You're skipping the 13. So it's like a quick something. It didn't take someone too long to think about the next action, which means to me, it's like either something was erased, taken. It's how you're looking at something. It's like, okay, this could be like overthinking, and then instantly it's like a light bulb. No nonsense. It's like, especially with the 7 of Gabriel, right? 7 of Wands, standing up, believing what you want, having confidence, claiming your personal power. But before we get there, right, it's, what is this? It's like, I'm so over this. But I don't see I'm so over this. So let me figure out how you got to I'm so over this. Because I don't know if there's been any forgiving or healing like that. There's always that energy, but not with this spread. I don't think you're in denial about feelings or emotions. I think you smartened up. I know it seems like it's not that big of a jump from the 12 to the 14 with 13 missing, but it is with this layout. It is, because you instantly went from let me try to make this work or try to change my perspective to kind of like I don't need to. And if you did, it was very gentle, because you went from being hung up to very grounded, except I don't think you're too grounded, but you're standing firm, especially with the 7 of Wands. You're sharp, right? Like I was saying, like you're smart, like you're sharp. So what happened in between? I don't even think you know what happened in between. It's literally that energy of waking up one day and feeling a different type of energy, and all of a sudden it's like you just grabbed your balls, you know, like brass balls. Which just led me to, I said brass balls. What is this? Angela sent me, a friend sent me on Instagram yesterday. What is it, a knuckle thing? And I was like, what do you think? I'm a little ghetto? It's cute though, right? This is the one I'm always shooting guns with. We're always at the practice range. Okay. And it says, what does it say? When you're spiritual, but still kind of hood, and an MF needs a throat chakra alignment. Okay. So I said like steel balls. What do you call those? Oh, brass knuckles. Okay. So see what I'm saying? It pulled me right to the brass knuckles. But I took it as girlfriend. I know I'm a little ghetto here and there. I don't consider myself ghetto, guys. Like I know like the way I don't know. Like, if anything, I want to like be like, all right, maybe a little bit of a ghetto superstar, right? But like, I really like feel like I'm sophisticated and classy. Do I have a little sass and some balls in me? Yeah. Why is that gotta make me ghetto though? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But I didn't like really take offense to it, but I was like, she knows I'm not like ghetto. So I mean, I did take offense to it, right? But it's a brass knuckle. So with crystals on it. All right. So I think people just associate my nails with ghetto. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a little attitude and I got some nails. No, I'm just kidding. So it brought me to that. Okay, so you grabbed your balls, right? And it brought me to the brass knuckles. And then it just brought me to a song. Something monkeys. Is it brass monkeys? Glass monkey? Monkey, funky monkey. What song is that? Brass monkey. Is it brass monkey? That wouldn't make any sense. I know it's Beastie Boys, but like, what is it? Is it brass monkey? Brass monkey, that funky monkey. I love the Beastie Boys. Are you kidding? They made rap rap. So, what do you take from that? Okay, you grabbed your brass balls, and now you got your brass knuckles. Okay, so are we working with metal? Like, I don't know, right? Like, it's almost like beast mode. Like, you can't F with me if you wanted to. And I think it's because I'm still getting the energy of like, I'm just over it. You're just over something. So, something must have just exhausted you. So it's like you came up with this. I don't think you came up with the solution though. I think it was given to you. Like, not necessarily, maybe some of you was downloaded, but like, I think you just woke up one day with a burst of energy, or just a different perspective, but in a gentle way. Not like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass if I see you. Like, we're not slashing tires, guys. Okay, it's not like that. It's very mature. But you're feisty because now you got the 7 of Wands, right? And it's like, all right, you want to mess with me? So now it's like, this is either spirit saying, continue on this path. Oh, we got two energies, because the way the way Pegasus is coming in over here is like, okay, but like gentle. So I feel like it's the same energy, but for some of you, it's two. So they split the read again. There's two stories in one story. I mean, there's two stories. Yeah, whatever. And the whole I'm so over it is not lack of hope. So I don't know what happened. I think it was just an energy shift where I'm just over it. And it's way more than knowing your worth. Obviously, you know your worth, right? But it's what something came over you. Like, it's kind of a mystery. So if it happened, great, right? Or it's going to. And it's going to happen like that. And it just came to me, push the energy, and that's the video I'm doing later. So maybe this is coming at you. Because I did explain that to you, actually. I am giving you a perspective change, and I'm giving you the solution, right? So that video would definitely be useful for some of you if you haven't hit this energy yet. So I think it's just that I don't even think you needed to compromise. See what I'm saying? Like, this is bizarre. I don't, because there's no compromising here. I don't think this hit you yet. And that self-control is like the Seven of Gabriel, right? This, I don't think will be a challenge for you. I really don't. If you get challenged, it's in a different area of your life. But with your thoughts right now, your thoughts are not the challenge. It's either if a certain thing comes a certain person or a certain offer or something like that comes your way. That's the challenge. But please understand, it's not your thoughts. I don't feel weakness with like have confidence. Like, no way, it's already there. You got your brass knuckles and your brass balls. But again, you're not slashing tires. So it's like this power, this higher power came over you. So that's like a blessing. It could have happened during like a lightning storm. If you saw a rainbow. That rainbow just pulled me to the read I did yesterday with the death in Hawaii and all that, and somewhere over the rainbow with Israel. Later that night, I was scrolling through Facebook and they have a memorial for Kobe, like a play thing for Kobe that they uploaded yesterday, like a slideshow or whatnot. I don't know if anyone caught it. And it was the same exact song. So, and we were talking about the dead. And I tried to place that yesterday. I was talking to somebody about it. And I was like, I really don't think what I read was based on Kobe, even though it was like in the public and certain stuff. But like me, okay, I just went deaf. I don't even feel like a humming. So there's no vibration with me right now, which is odd. Dead silent. Well, Kobe, he didn't have militant background, right? But like, considering it was such a massive salute, could it be referencing that? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it was a coincidence. I mean, I know that song, a lot of people do use that song. It's a very sentimental song. It's you know what I mean? But it's kind of ironic that after that song was in our read and then happened to be published a couple hours later. So I don't know if it was referencing Kobe or not, and there was no military background. It was basically just their service he did, because you know how I saw him crouch down in the jungle, the woods, wherever they were at. Like, it could just represent, if it was speaking of Kobe, which I don't think it was, but if it was, okay, just a high, like the amount of not gratitude. There, someone's just acknowledging the salute. You know what I mean? Like the amount of, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but like oomph. You know, the amount of love, the amount of this, that, because it was still somebody who was going to be in the public eye. Because I referenced like maybe Reagan, or that Reagan, like, was he in the military, something like that, right? Again, I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, because that song is a known song, but it did come in a couple hours later, and we were talking about death. So I know someone did mention a grandfather passed away. People die every minute. Like, I get it, right? But it was just somebody knowing that, hey, I know the amount of admiration, the amount of love that, you know what I mean? They were honoring the fact that you were honoring them. So could it have been Kobe and it had nothing to do with any type of military energy? Possibly, right? Possibly. Sorry, I didn't really get sidetracked. I know I jumped stories, but only because of the rainbow. We were talking about storms. Like this is the energy that kind of happens overnight for someone. You know, like I can place Kobe here. Actually, I just got the goosebumps. You're standing on the ground. Next thing you know, you're in the air and your life's taken. You know what I'm saying? I got the goosebumps. So it can represent that too. But again, when I was talking yesterday, Kobe did not come to me at all. And then, you know how Natalie texted me? This is all relevant, guys. So I'm sorry if I lose you. This is just who I am. Okay. I know I feel like you're just gonna have to relate to me on a different wavelength, guys. I've always bounced anyway. But remember, Natalie wanted me to look at that, and it was somebody turns himself in. Well, that is available for you guys to watch. It was not an extended. Okay. But she was feeling like a death too, like, oh my god, you think someone's gonna go off a cliff? And I was just trying to explain to her, like, it sounds like either somebody witnessed a suicide, or it's borderline suicidal, or like it's just bad weather. Like, I don't know. Try not to read into it, right? But I don't think hers was linked to Kobe either, because Kobe came into her reads weeks before he even passed away. All right. And I got the goosebumps. So and I did see the 6 of Wands that represents public eye, but I was thinking more political. So guys, I don't know. It does suck when we can predict death. I certainly do not try to. It just happens. And it doesn't happen that often. Like I said, people die every minute of the day, right? But when you lose someone that's been in the public eye, because I read that a while ago, a good couple weeks to a month ago, I knew there was going to be some type of shakeup like that with a death. She literally called Kobe, though. Well, she didn't call Kobe, but she said father-daughter mission. I think she mentioned the name of his helicopter. I was off a little bit, but it's just freaky. Just somewhat public stature. This is definitely an overnight thing. And I totally pick up the death from this and this, though. So I don't know if someone, again, is going to pass away, but this would be someone in the public eye, guys. Like, really, like, if it's going to be like this, I don't think this is referencing Kobe, guys. I really don't. I just know that shook me just as much as it shook her. And if you think about it, it's like something gets shaken up, right? You're shook. You're kind of hanging there. Next thing you know, you're solid. You're on the ground. Next thing you know, you're in the freaking air. And a death happens overnight. Like everything I said, I can totally correlate to it. So I'm sorry that I switched subjects on you guys, because we were talking about like you and your own personal experience, which is still very relevant here. And I didn't want to go there. I wanted to stay focused on you guys, but it pulled me. There's nothing I can do when I get pulled. Well, it's not that there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands, and I'm just following suit, right? Because there's not really death on my board. I wish I could say it's alter ego, but it's not. So this is basically you, like an overnight type thing, which is great. This 7 of Gabriel really is like brass balls. There's no lack of confidence in whoever's energy this is. Unless with two different energies, like I said, if this is someone coming towards you, maybe they need the confidence, but I'd like to know what card is the 13. Okay, so after the 14 here with the solution, then here comes a decision, right? But there's definitely something coming in between that decision. Let's see what card you just kind of like, because strength was right before that. So you have you definitely have the strength as of right now to whatever this is regarding. Peace. Yeah, see? It's funny that this is peace, because that's what I was saying to you guys, where it was like, it's just like you did it in a gentle way. I got the goosebumps. So that's nice. Because it's like, I don't know if you let go of something. It's crazy. It's like you finally got enough strength to just like really change your perspective, whether it happened overnight or not, you know, somebody else's help, guidance, or if it was like an overload download for some of you, or it's just a massive energy shift. And now it's like solutions, right? So you already came to peace with something, which is beautiful. And it's like this didn't need to come out because other people didn't know that you came to peace with something. It was like your own decision, with help of spirit changing a perspective, or help of a guidance, or a teacher, or a YouTuber. Not a YouTuber per se. It could be a random stranger that says something that can change someone's perspective and happy. Like, whoa, never looked at it like that, right? But it's like I'm saying, like you came to peace with it. It didn't even need to be acknowledged that you came to peace with it. That's how much you came to peace with it in a gentle way. So again, if this hasn't happened yet, it's about to. So now you're in the mode of solutions. But I don't know where the solution is coming from, troops. Get it? Because if you came to peace, change your mind, you're good, you're solid. I don't think some of you are definitely not grounded. Please ground yourselves. If you don't have time to go outside or do what it is you do, listen to a meditative thing on YouTube for at least 10 minutes. Do yourself that favor. A lot of times you may feel grounded and you're not. I'm telling you right now, like, I am not grounded because I haven't been outdoors enough. I haven't been spending time with the woods with me. It's been cold. I've been making excuses. Like, I'm grounded on certain levels, but I'm not grounded per se on earth. Like, I can't explain it. Like, I'm totally good in the ethers, but when it comes to soil, dirt, I need to reconnect. I know for a fact. I've been telling myself every day. I've been slacking. So please, side note, ground. So what's up with the solutions? Success comes from the objective compromising. Yeah, see, I said I don't feel like there's a compromise here yet. Self-control, patience, forgiving, healing. I feel like that already happened with the peace, right? So that's why I keep getting blocked. That's why I feel like it's somebody else's energy coming at you or going out. But at the same time, I feel like it's all yours because you're the brass monkey, right? So the funky monkey. Because like, stand up for what you believe in when it comes to some type of solution. This hasn't come to you yet. So maybe you needed this download, this perspective change, because if something is being approached, so it looks like something's approaching, okay? And I think you're good. I think you're already looking at something in a peaceful demeanor, or gentle, or dainty, whatever word you'd like to use, okay? So this is something that's coming at you for sure. Yeah, when someone's like, oh, you need to ground, or you're not grounded, you can be very grounded in certain areas and not in others. So this is something coming at you. That song just came to me because I took a drag of this again, and it's like I really only use it like this when I'm on with you, and I think it's anxiety, but it just pulled me to like addiction. And then it said to me, then the song that came in my head was, "Are you ready for love?" But there was a line before that that was linked to the addiction. Are you ready for love? I don't know who sings that. It's classic rock. Oh, are you ready for love? Anyone know that song? Bad Company. Didn't they come in the other day too? Ready for Love. Bad Company came in yesterday too. And was it a different song? That's weird. Maybe some of you guys are hanging out with bad company. You know what I mean? Like your current scenario is not great. Your energy is not great. You got other energy weighing you down. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the universe is like, are you ready for love? So it's like there's either a love partnership coming together, or it's time to self-love, right? Because if you needed the strength and all that, no, see, that was yours and not theirs. So this is coming at you. So that's like a message for you too. Are you ready for love? Which is nice that you may have had a perspective change and you're handling stuff on a more gentler. I was going to say playing level, but that's not that. That's not the expression. What's the expression that I'm trying to say, if anybody knows? I feel like both of those words are included in that expression. But I'm taking two expressions and putting it into one, which is not abnormal for me to do at all. Well, yeah, playing field, but where would it be like the level part be? Besides, like, you're not on the same level. Because I want to say it again, like, you're not on the same playing level. Anywho. So this is energy coming towards you. So I guess the nice thing is, right, regardless, there's been a perspective change with you or someone else. It's very more gentle energy. Some of you are like, I'm just over it, and others of you are like, brass monkey. Okay. Brass monkey and brass balls, kind of different. Like the brass knuckles to me is more like feisty still. There needs to be a little more tempering there, right? The brass balls is different. It spikes me as like, yep, got my balls, I'm going for it. It's that confidence, right? So something's going to come at you where you're going to need, or somebody else needs this confidence. But there's a solution here. I feel like I'm not explaining it right. Or I'm trying to grasp it myself. So it's like, it's a good thing that you're in that gentle, peaceful energy. Whether it's brass monkey or I'm so over it. Because now it's a calmer energy for what's to come, which apparently was completely necessary for whatever it is that's going to come at you. Okay. So one card for this little pile. Let's see what's coming at you. I don't want these because I didn't say it quite yet, but it's divine guidance in the 7 of Pentacles. So something you manifested is definitely coming. But it's bringing me back to the subconscious, which I will talk about in the video, of that type of energy. So you got the Empress and the Page of Gabriel. So either something's coming at you from an Empress or someone's coming at the Empress, however you want to decipher. And it is about something new. It's a different type of energetic balance. It's bravery. It's playfulness. It's going after passion. So here's that challenge. You're ready for any challenge. That's why I was like, there's no need to compromise yet because I don't feel it. So that will be your challenge. See what I'm saying? It's exactly what I thought. It's not going to be your thoughts that's the challenge. It's what's coming at you. But you're going to be fine because I feel like you're going to find your passion within whatever that is. Because it's like you're ready for any challenge. It's like the universe saying to you, like, listen, you're ready, whatever comes your way. Opportunities, excitement, adventure. Be brave, optimistic, be playful. And it is 2 women here. And then it's like, once something comes at you, it's time to act upon it. So I don't know if there's going to be a little hesitation. So this could be work, love. It's like the same woman. It's like you could already be an empress. So whatever this is would be brand new. Even if it's something from the past, person, place, or thing. It's like entering a newness. It's like still having that inner playful child with you, which is a massive help when it comes to creating something. And the song again, are you ready for love? So this makes sense. So I don't know if it's like a message, like it's almost like a message of you're going to find your passion in it, or you're going to find passion for it again. Because that would be, I'm so over it. Whomever's feeling like I'm so over it, you do have something coming towards you that's going to spark you again, light your candle. Which just pulled me to the thing I posted on Instagram with all the candle flames that the teacher asked the students to draw. And it looks like a whole bunch of massive vaginas on a school wall. It's so funny. So you got sexual energy coming at you again. It's that maternal energy, that passion, that drive. So that's good. I almost said that's impressive. So some of you are making massive strides if I'm like, that's impressive. Unless somebody's going to come and impress you. But to me, you created your own solution when it came to something. So it's not that something was unavoidable. It's whatever you experienced was most definitely necessary. You did have like an overnight energy shift or something. Like they're bringing up, didn't I do a read for you guys where I pushed the energy? Because it's pulling me back to the one I'm going to do today and the one I did like an energy push for you, right? For like an energy exchange. I did one of those, right? Where I pushed it, but I pushed it through an energy exchange versus its own video. My crown is opening. Yeah, no. I'm almost positive. Yes. Did you guys feel an energy shift? Did you feel a push? Because some of you, it's like, some of you, whomever got that or something, like I'm telling you, like you're linked to that. I don't know what that's regarding. That energy exchange I did for you guys, did it have, okay. Was it a story like this? Because I don't know how you would be linked to it. I think it's just a push of energy, but I don't remember my reads like that, guys. I mean, I could be doing something like when I did my ones yesterday, I can't remember the first thing we talked about because I'm in my own little world, right? So it's harder to do like a wrap up for you guys, like an overall. But my crown's opening, so I can always push the energy. I don't need to push this energy. It's already been pushed. The video I do later with the subconscious, I'm going to push it. I don't need to push this. This is one of those things where you don't want to rush this. You'd be good anyway. After that video, you went into a trance and now you feel liberated. Okay, so I know me pushing does help a lot of you guys for sure. I don't know how I have that capability, but I love it. Makes me feel powerful in a way, like certain senses. Like it's nice when I can feel it and push it like that. This we don't need to push. And I gotta be careful when I push energy too, guys. There's certain, you don't want to push everything. You gotta be real specific, that word. You want to know what wants to get pushed, right? So I'm glad it helps some of you guys. Some of you guys are linked to this. So there must have been something in that energy read that goes a little something like this. Is that Run DMC or Beastie Boys? Man, I think it's Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys really wants to be in your read right now, okay? But look at the purple and the orange, how they're connected like that. So, and I know when I've been working on Patreon, that was Salt and Pepper. All right. So I know when I was working on Patreon, you guys were still working with purple. So some of you have been working with purple for 2 weeks now, and you got that 14. Maybe you only got 3 more days. You're about to go into orange. I don't know what that's regarding. I know I work with colors, but I haven't gotten into that yet. So the cycle was pushed for you. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, and I know it works for a lot of you guys. Why is it doing that? Like this, my camera is giving me no option, and there's no reason. It's just sliding all of a sudden. Like it's like sliding. See, like that's annoying. Why is that happening? I didn't move it or anything. That song's coming to me again. Are you ready for love? What the frickle sticks is happening? I'm gonna try to jam it. There we go. Are you ready for love? Back you up a little bit. It's ironic how I don't want to move the camera again, but it's like I have 1, 2, and 2. Purple, 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 orange, orange. Perspective is sitting all by itself right now. We're keeping an eye on this one right here, because that word's not really allowed. I put him in a timeout, but I feel like you guys have already put him in a timeout. So there's definitely some beautiful creative energy. A spark is coming back for sure. It is linked to someone, something. So it doesn't need to be love per se. But again, that song. Are you ready for love? I'm like, it doesn't need to be linked to any of that, but then there goes the lovers. Okay, so let me get a card for this perspective because it's just sitting there. So it's almost like the Empress. There's either a solution coming to the Empress by somebody else, or you've already come up with some type of solution. But I don't think so. This is something coming at you. Right now, you just came to peace with something. Some of you came to peace with something on a more feistier level, which I think if you're still on a feisty level, you need to take it down a notch to a gentle level, a peaceful level, okay? And meditation could help, grounding can help. That's why I threw that in there. but you're just going to get a spark back. But I don't know if somebody's going to come at you with their defense up, because they're still guiding you with the Seven of Wands. But it's more about battling, fighting off energy, standing your ground. But if you still got to stand firm with something, somebody's coming at you with their defense on. So maybe that's the difference between the brass knuckles and the brass balls. Because there's a major difference of energy there. One's still ready to go at it. Like, you say the wrong thing, I'm gonna punch you in your throat type energy. I had enough of you. I'm done. Where the other one's just like talks more of like a surge of energy and power and confidence, and it's like, all right, I can take it on. So and I don't feel like any of it is lack of hope by any chance, by any means. Hi, Sheldon. Are you digging for gold over there? I'll take you out. I'm going to take you out soon. Perspective. It's oddly placed. It's the Eight of Pence. So oddly placed. I got the goosebumps. I don't know what that's regarding. Take good pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider my crown's opening, but it's itchy. It doesn't usually do that, so I'm opening crowns right now. Take a great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Something might be coming at you work-wise. So it's not all about your perspective. I almost want to do this. Like, that's like, I don't normally do this. I do more like an evil eye, but it's like, but in an Italian sense, right? It can mean multiple things. It could even be like manja, like manja. It doesn't have to be like, what are you thinking? It doesn't have to be like that. So again, that's where the compromises are going to come in for you guys. So consider getting additional education or training. So it's stepping into something new. It's almost like the universe is saying, listen, all right, it's going to be, there is something there that's going to spark you again. Initially, right off the bat, the contact or the offer, or there's something about whatever's coming at you is how you're going to handle it. Brass balls or brass knuckles. Looks to me it might be regarding work. So you won't be the only one to have an opinion, which it should never be that way anyway, right? It really shouldn't be. And take pride in your work, which is going to require work, effort, extra hours. Potential. I don't see potential. There's always potential, right? So it's like whatever you're starting, something was manifested. It's coming at you. And whatever you're starting, it's going to have like an influence potential. It's not an overnight thing. I almost said project, so you might have some type of project in front of you. Now, project can mean a lot of things. It could be work. It could be a project within the home repairs. It could be a magnitude of things, guys. I almost put too much water in my mouth, so I don't know if it's going to be too much at once. I don't think so. But I'm telling you, this is oddly placed. So there might be something odd about you, or there's some type of oddity within how you present something, perceive something. Like it's not, no, someone's not messing with the average bear. And then I want to say, all right, boo boo, right? But it's like, I think that person would know that. And now here goes my third eye. Okay. So, which is your higher self. So somebody's connecting spiritually and somebody's connecting with the higher self. But they're two different. Like those, you can work with those two different energies on so many different levels, guys. So the combo would actually be great. It's at the bottom of the deck. The wheel. A new beginning and a delays, a change in a direction that brings happiness. See, so this is positive. This is really positive. No need to rush this. It just pulled me to the turtle, which I'm guessing sea turtle. Which was adapting. I don't feel adapting here. I don't see different climates. Like, oh yeah, I do. I don't know, guys. Whatever this is divinely guided, though. Someone's watching over you. Like, I feel like you're actually opening your Akashic records, your blueprint. If something comes at you, I would suggest spending the extra money and getting your numerology report, because that could give you a lot of helpful insight. I need to review mine. I just looked over and there's a fire over here in the corner and it flickered. So I don't know what that's regarding. It could just be that flame, that light again. Like this light literally just flickered. And I lost all track of what I was saying. So they did that on purpose. So I guess I'm not even going to try to think about what I was just thinking about, because they purposely just did that to me. Yeah, we were talking about numerology blueprint. There's also a site called Astrology Cafe. If you can't afford your numerology appointment, I almost said your numerology appointment. If you can't afford your numerology report, you can go to I almost said Australia. You can go to Cafe Astrology. I think that's what it is. Put in your information. Go to like the birth chart. Put in your information. You can get like it will break some shit down for you. You guys are going to need it for this. You want to know where your weaknesses are. You want to know where your strengths are. It's going to help you pursue whatever this is. Okay? Yeah, the numerology report is off of your life path. What you should be doing year to year, how things are going to go. If you're working with your own money, if you're working with other people's money, if you're working with this, that, it breaks it all down for you. It's unbelievable. It's your blueprint, okay? The Cafe Astrology that's free, it's still going to be extremely useful to you. Extremely useful to you. Okay. And again, like I said, that's free. A song just wanted to come to me with free, but hold on. Because it's not really like, oh, you're following your life path. Well, yeah, no, some of you most definitely are, because you're tapping into your Akashics. So it's something you've done, something you're good at. Do I think you're going to fear something? No. I think it's just going to be so different from what you normally do that, I mean, it could be a spiritual gift. It doesn't actually have to be in the real world, like a new position, a new job title. It doesn't necessarily need to be that. I mean, it could be a spiritual gift that you're working on. Like, look at me, for instance, exploring new gifts about how I do things, right? I do feel this is more of hands-on practical world with a twist of spirituality. There's a twist here. And I did a reading a few weeks ago, something with a twist. So it pulled me to that. If you guys know, you want to, somebody just has a memory like that, like, it was this read, place it so people can watch it. Because I could never remember. I do remember saying there's some type of twist. It's here. Definitely looks like new work. And again, like I said, yeah, with the wheel, new beginning, end of delays, a change of a direction that offers happiness. And this hangman was here, was like a delay. And it's ironic that I had it all by itself. So there might be a little delay with work, or somebody put something on hold. But if you put it on hold, I wouldn't really put it on hold too long, right? Because it's one of those things where it's destined. I just saw, this came up in another read too. Like a wishbone, you know how you ding them? Not the ones you break up from like a chicken, but like, it's like a music thing, or like, you know when they tap your knee at the doctor's? This thing. I just saw it in the lightning. It's like a tune thing. It's like a tune. It has, I don't know if it has to do with music. It's a vibrational thing. Whatever this is. Anybody know the name of it? It's definitely not a wishbone, but it looks like a wishbone. A tuning fork. Yeah, whatever this is, you're tuned in for it. See what I'm saying? Like, it pulled me right to it. Like, you're going to be tuned in. Like, it's something you already know whether you don't know or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in your Akashics. You're pulling up your Akashics, guys. And with me being pulled to that, just confirms you're going to be able to tune in. Like, you're going to be fine. But there's something here where it's like, book smarts meet spirituality. You know what I mean? Like, or it's gonna, you're putting a spiritual twist on book smarts. The only time I was ever book smart is if I was passionate about it. It's almost like spirit knows your weaknesses, your strengths. Whatever comes at you is a strength. It's not a weakness. So again, I don't know what that's regarding. Because I'm not super book smart. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a subject where I could be at pinpoint and I could tell you everything about it. And teachers would be baffled. Like, how are you okay with this? And then in the other classroom, you're like twirling your thumbs, wanting to go to the bathroom. Can't sit still. You know what I mean? And then other ones, I'm tuned in. So this is, whatever this is, you're going to be tuned in. So don't worry. Which makes me think you might be like, I don't know if I can handle this. Well, I don't know if it's a good idea. You're going to be fine. But it has to do with book smarts. So I don't know if it's history. Because to me, you're going to be studying, researching. But you're going to love it. What if you guys are in college, right? And all of a sudden you want to change? Change your study, you know? There's way more here that I'm trying to pick up for you, but it's almost like enough said. It's like this again. To me, it's like an Italian thing, you know? Again, you can interpret this so many different ways. But it's the creative part of this. I know that part makes no sense, right? It's the creative part of this. That you're perfectly capable. And it just pulled me to an Italian temper. So I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who has an Italian temper. I'd call it a fucking mood swing. Don't blame it on your culture. Don't blame it on your nationality. because that's such an Italian thing for me. Pulled me to mood swings though, guys, so someone's awfully moody. Someone you're dealing with is moody. Like it's like has its own little story, so let's see what I can pull. I don't think it's you. Maybe it's your boss, a child, people around you. It's linked to that read though. Goosefellas, my little Goosefella. Which is weird because it just brought me to Rockefeller. And I always say Goosefella, and it's never brought me to Rockefeller. Brought me to ice skating. I want to go ice skating. All right, what's with the mood? What's with the mood? It just came to me. The mood is whatever energy is around you. Got the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to make sense of this one. Hold on. The mood is on fire. But I saw Moody as like Queen of Gabriel, King of Raphael, like Jesus. Okay, all right. It's tricky. You guys ever see Road Trip? For those who have not seen Road Trip, please go watch Road Trip. Because I instantly, it's like it pulled me to where he's on the bench and he's got her underwear and he's so happy that he has her underwear. Like, score, I just scored these underwears. Like, I don't know what that's about. But if you've never seen the movie Road Trip, you should definitely watch it. It's so old school. So funny. Remember Lonnie was, what movie did Lonnie watch a couple weeks ago? You Hungry Girl with the horse? It's a classic. They go to jail, selling pot. It's hysterical. How High? No, that one's not How High. Which one am I talking about, guys? It's another classic. You Hungry Girl? Fuck you. Bleep. They work in like a weed dispensary. Well, he's the janitor. He doesn't actually work there. He steals from the dispensary. Come on, guys. It's a freaking classic. Half Baked. Thank you. So I just gave you 2 movies to watch if you like comedy. Half Baked and Road Trip. But again, like, I don't know where, like, when Road Trip just came to me, Half Baked has nothing to do with it, right? Yeah, Dave Chappelle, but it has nothing to do with it. It's just a good movie. But Road Trip, what I legitimately saw was him on the bench pulling out the underwear. Like, he was so proud. Like, he scored underwear. Okay. So, I don't know if somebody took home a pair of your underwear. Anyway, I want to get out of that. You got the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the King of Cups. So you have 3 cards in between a court couple. One's following the heart. The other one's like, I don't know if it's safe to trust. This one's struggling with their creative passion. Like, they have a creative idea, Comics just came to my mind. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody likes comic books. We were just talking about comical movies. Okay. But I don't know why it's pulling me. I feel like this is the obstacle. And this is where that mood is coming from. So we got a court couple, whether you're married or not, together or not, someone coming at you, vice versa. It's a good match. But again, she's like, I'm ready to follow my heart. You know, I love working with the home and family. You know, she may be psychic too. She knows how to understand. She's kind, she's giving. The masculine energy, you know, just as generous, definitely honorable. You know, it's got that warm touch. I don't think you've seen it. Very refined, right? But having a trust issue. Like there's too much weight or pressure on this person, because it's like they have the ability to accomplish things all at once if they really wanted to, right? But like there's got to be some type of pressure. But this one needs to like step back for a minute and realize there's somebody to either lighten the load, or it's like go after your creative passion. So if you're struggling, whether you're male or female, it could be vice versa, the yin and the yang, right? Go take the creative approach. So I feel like this is the mood in between you. This is odd. So what stands between you is the High Priestess, the Queen of Gabriel, and the Four of Wands. I think you're both passionate about something at the same thing, and it's like, you know, you can both do it, but it's like going after what you want. So it's a game. It's a game to somebody, which is super shitty in my eyes. Super arrogant. Want to talk about a fucking mood? All right, now I get it. Now I know why somebody is working with brass knuckles. Okay, because it's like it's a game. Because I just saw the dice being rolled. Like it's a game to someone, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Control issue. You got to roll the dice and let them land. You can't just grab the dice and place them on the number you want. It also speaks of passion, which is also bringing me to tension. So there could be sexual tension, because it did bring me to the panties, right? So there's a lot of sexual tension going on. This woman you're dealing with, she's probably extremely psychic. You got the high priestess next to the Queen of Cups. Both psychic energy. This one has powerful insight on stuff. If that's you, you should probably meditate a little more if you're not already at peace, because this talks about being at peace. So like I said, some of you are already at that peace. So if you ask me, you're just chilling. You're not feeling the tension. You have another energy, which is a mood, okay? Is how it's being put to me. Moody. It could be transits. That one works with Neptune and Saturn, okay? But in between the tension is the 4 Ariel, okay? So this is somebody resisting change, figuring out, how am I going to spend my money, holding on tight. This makes a lot of sense. So I think there's an energy that drew the line in the sand, made peace with the situation. That tension doesn't exist. She wouldn't come up with that energy if the tension existed for her. So you have another energy that still has this tension pull. I was going to say intense attraction, which is a thing. It's the Queen of Wands, right? But like, to me, it's sexual tension. But this person is not trusting. They have too much going on. They're resisting the change, and they're resisting a woman that looks to be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you are dealing with somebody that's moody. And the reason right now why they're moody, okay, is because A, they don't feel like they can trust you. 2, they're self-sabotaging their situation. 3, they're resisting the change. And 4, there's sexual tension. And there's got to be a little fantasy, because all I remember seeing was the panties. And at the bottom of the deck, you got the 9 of Raphael, which is wishes, dreams, a joyful time in your life. It's wishes that come true, okay? So it could be fighting their own destiny. All right. So I wish I could find faults in the woman right now, because we talked about that the other day. So I'm sure she has plenty of faults too. but this is the obvious. If you're dealing with someone moody, or someone comes at you moody, or you're not talking to somebody because somebody's moody, okay, this is why. And I hate to lay it on the masculine, but this is the feminine over here and the masculine on this side with the cards. But again, it could be vice versa depending on what energy you're in. So this correlates with the whole previous read that I did. So you are dealing with somebody who might have mood swings or is moody. But the energy in the middle between the two of you is passionate energy. It's independent energy. It's charming. It's brilliant. You know, it's seductive. It's passionate. You know, it's like go after it, because that card represents going after. You can do anything right now. You just got to go after what you want. You know what I mean? So it's like that energy is there. So somebody is like, it just pulled me to green light, go. I did a read yesterday. Or it's like, FYI, troops, just because I put a stop sign, a traffic light up there that had every single color, I still want to, the universe still wants you to know it's a green light, you know, but you can't force someone to do something. Like, so it looks to me like somebody would rather give an attitude than to take action. So you are dealing with a difficult energy. So I hope for whoever the opposite energy is, that you really did come to peace in terms with this situation, because right now, someone's still on the struggle bus. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I really don't. But if this person doesn't want to talk about it, maybe you guys are talking about it, and I still needed to address some good things for you. This is why this person's moody, you know? I think they have mood swings. They're definitely freaking moody. But there's so much sexual tension. It's like this person just wants to get in your panties. But they want to hold on to their money at the same time. I don't know what that's forgetting. That's not the best combo, right? It makes someone sound like a damn prostitute, or somebody that just, someone may think you misuse your powers and you're just purposely seducing them to get their money. They can't trust it. But then that makes that energy feel a certain way, because it just pulled me to that energy. So I don't know how she's feeling. Maybe she feels icky because I just said a prostitute. Like, wow, thanks for making me feel cheap. Or thanks for making me feel like that's all you think I am, is a boy toy or a girl toy. Like, thanks a lot. You know, like, because a Queen of Cups, she's in it emotionally. She's sensitive too, right? So you got to be careful with that type of energy, because it looks like she might have taken offense to something. Like, some of you might be to the point where you feel used. Questioning, was it only sex? Or this one's questioning, is it only sex? But you got money right in the middle. It's like this person's still holding on to this energy of the Queen of Cups though, but it's not good, because there's no action being taken. It's building the tension, and it's like, all I worry about is stress levels at this point for this person. I feel like this one probably came to peace with something. Let me clarify just these two individual energies. I do. I could have sworn this came in before. I feel like, because it pulled me to Pretty Woman, where he throws the money on the bed in the hotel room. And that's where all the emotions stem for Julia. You know what I mean? Like that's when all that stuff kicks in. The emotions is like intentional or not. Oh, I just buffered. I hit home. I hit home with something. Can you guys hear me again? I definitely just touched base on a touchy subject. So you can hear me again. Did it buffer for you guys? Or just my end? I could see it, like reconnecting, reconnecting, reconnecting. So maybe that's a sign that things are going to reconnect, right? But like, obviously it was a touchy subject. So I don't know if we have an energy that feels used. Both could feel used. But it's like a different type of used. I feel like one's manipulating the usage. I don't know what that means. You could be dealing with somebody who just turns it around and plays victim. You know what I mean? When you got another energy that actually feels used. Like, thanks for looking at me like that. Like, great. Thanks for making me feel like, I don't think cheap's the right word, but it's like making a woman question her femininity, questioning her, the length or the extent that she can go to, or, you know, like, uncomfortable. But it could be vice versa too. You know what I mean? But it's like, I feel victim, but not in that victim, like narcissistic victim. I don't know, guys. Because it's like, I picture Julia, right? And it's sitting next to the money. He's handing over the money, right? She doesn't take it. Julia Roberts, guys. I don't know why I just said her name as if I'm friends with her, right? But it's like, that's her in her kingdom in the hotel, fancy, elegant, you know what I mean? She's got it going on. And it's like, tossing her money or tossing her aside. I don't know. Some of you guys might feel cheap. I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't feel like cheap's the right word, but like, and I don't think it's like lack of confidence. Like you, and it wasn't a trigger. It was just, maybe it was more uncomfortability. Like, what the frig? Like, I was so comfortable in this situation. I gave you my underwear. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you made me look like a gold digging whore. I don't think to that extent, but that's exactly what just came out of my mouth. You know what I mean? So I could see why there's a little bit of a mood swing right here. Don't get me wrong. This chica, I guarantee, has faults. But if you want to know what the problem is right now, is someone's not trusting the situation. Somebody is resisting change. This one doesn't feel like it's safe to love, right? I don't feel like it's safe to love. This one is resisting a household dynamic, or leaving a household, or because there's a house back there, right? But it depends. It's all about money, holding on to money, holding on to, you know what I'm saying? And it's something like that. And right here, but it's like this one, all they did was follow their heart. Trust me, there's no victim here, guys. I'm not being like, oh, one's more of a victim than the other. No, we all have lessons. We all know how to approach something. Well, we should. See what I'm saying? Somebody extremely intuitive. I mean, he could think she's keeping secrets. This could be all the moody energy. And this is why he hasn't made it. Because he's at the edge. He's at the corner of all this, right? That's why he hasn't made it over here yet. But I feel like it got split with the Queen of Gabriel, and it talks about passion and tension, sexual tension. And then different types of passion, right? Different types of tension. But that song just came to me. Are you ready for love? These are both beautiful energies to come in together and actually love. Okay. Let me run to the bathroom. I do want to see where her faults lie, though, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, because this is something that's coming towards you, so it's important. Everyone's faults will be different, right? But it's like, I'm really having a hard time just reading one energy as if like all the faults on them. And it could very well be because they're not the ones taking the initiative, right? I get that. But there could be something very much underlined that you need to be aware of. So then you don't have different, you're not falling into different categories of denial or lack of confidence or lack of, there's a reason. I mean, I doubt you're perfect, but I mean, you could be. I highly doubt it, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hi, baby. Okay. So these aren't horrible blockages or faults, guys. The troops, like, to me, it's like I'm saying, like, I think theirs are just more obvious. You might have one energy that they're not acknowledging, even if they had the same type of fears, right? Because it's like you have an energy that knows it's not worth it, right? Like, what's the point of XYZ or whatnot, depending on who you are, right? So it's not like this energy is awful. It's not. You can work with it for sure. I think the thing is, with my bathroom thoughts, you might have already worked with it and it didn't work, knowing that it could work, right? Because when I was in the bathroom, I heard like the whole, this is I'm so over it energy, whether it's him or her. But it gets me to the point where it brought me to the cheap feeling. And I don't necessarily think it's cheap. I think what happened is, I think somebody already felt used. I don't know if you spoke up about it or not, because it's pulling me to like, I'm so over it. And with him, I see a lazy Susan, right? It's like, I don't know if it got turned around on you. Like, were you only using me for money? Were you only using me for sex? Were you only using me so I got suckered into something? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they turned it around, whether they were sincere or not. They could have been sincere, but the thing is, the way it came off, it wasn't. But it came off that way because they have a trust issue. See what I'm saying? It's their own thing. It's their own blockage. Where this energy is like, I'm so over it. Like, what else am I supposed to do here? The only thing I can do is be at peace about a situation. It's something like that, right? So Let's just find out what the woman's blockage is real quick, because right now she's not coming up with a blockage. I'm sure she had her own blockages, troops, for sure. But right now she is that energy where she's just at peace with something. Like that's just it. And I think she's at peace with the whole I'm over it, which makes me feel like she's exhausted. She can't win. You're dealing with somebody that doesn't let the other person have anything. Like, it's not my way or the highway. It's just you're dealing with somebody who like won't budge with something, right? And it's like instead of being angry, you just again you have the energy. It's just like I'm at peace with it. I'm over it. Like I'm tired. I'm moving on. Like it's that type of energy for sure. There's no question. So it's not that this person's like, I don't know. This person could look at you as a money hungry, seducing sex animal for all I know. I think it's way more than that because you're coming in as a court couple and something's coming back, whether you allow it or not. See what I'm saying? It's still going to be presented. So there is a little bit of a trust issue. That obviously has to do with their own past. Are they resisting change? Yeah. Maybe they already have a home. Maybe they're already settled. Maybe they already have a foundation. And then something else is capturing them with the passion being in between the two of you. So there's a lot of tension here coming on from this end. I think this one let go of the tension. That's what I'm saying. It was like an overnight. I don't know when it happens or how it happened. It just happens. And I think you're just thankful for it, right? But I don't know if she has any blockages right now, but there's got to be something. The Ace of Cups, that's her blockage. See, she loved this energy like you wouldn't believe, but this energy won't allow her to love. Wow, you guys are in a tricky situation. I'm sorry. She wouldn't come in as the Queen of Cups if she can't love. This is somebody who wears love on her sleeve. She stopped putting love into something, whether she's falling out of love, she's just losing love. She's losing passion because she can't give it anymore to somebody who won't accept it. But they want it. See what I'm saying? You guys should really talk. If you're with someone, I'd really talk about this. If someone's not having a conversation with you, then there's nothing you can do. But it says a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationship, deep and lasting spiritual thoughts. But see, that's her blockage. So it's not what's coming at her like, yay, he's coming. It's not like that. That's her blockage. But she knows how to love. So this one's blocking love. Something just fell. It was weird. It sounded sharp, like it was a piece of paper hit perfectly. I don't know what that's regarding. But that, so it's not her blockage. This is the block. Hey, babe. Because this isn't like what's coming at you. This is the blockage. But this is her blockage. Hey.
Can I light this candle outside after I smoke the I did not mean to say that. I just said that because it's a smoke candle. I'm going to say after I clean for a little bit. I won't use it for that long. I'll only use it for like 20 minutes. I'll always sit.
All right. So her blockage. That's Lonnie. So my feminine is blocking the love right now. In every way you can think of, spiritually, physically, mentally, practically, she's blocking it. So you must have tried so hard to show love. Because she don't block. That's what I'm saying. But right now, that's her blockage. She's trying so hard not to love this energy. It's like odd to me. How do you, it's not odd to me, right? It's like, is that physically possible? I don't think it is. But the way you're going about it, you're at peace, right? So like, I don't see that it would be a disadvantage to you. I know that sounds shitty, because apparently it is a disadvantage for you. But it's, in my eyes, and in probably your eyes, it doesn't seem shitty. Because I just told you a whole entire story of what's going down. There's no in between. That's someone's story. That's her damn blockage, huh? We got the word positive. It's not about that, because I don't see any negativity. So I don't feel that you'd be looking at something in a negative way, because you would come in as the Queen of Swords or another energy. You're coming in as wands. You're coming in as fire and water right now. So it's not that you're telling yourself negative shit. I think you're just like, this emotional experience was not fulfilling. It had no type of romance. And it was way too deep for her, or her emotions were way too deep, because the Queen of Cups would be in need in emotional depth to a relationship. But it's also saying, it's like spiritual insights. Like all three of her cards say psychic information, powerful psychic insight, and this says spiritual insight. So she's very intuitive. There's no question. I think she's just too deep for someone. Or you can never be too deep. I take that back. Because I would hate to ever look at my passion as being too deep for someone. So I take that back. It's more like somebody else probably couldn't handle her depth, is more like it. But the thing is, she's not blocking it. Like I said, physically, spiritually, she's blocking it. And like I said, I feel like it would work out to your advantage, but it's clearly not going to, because it's a blockage. I am stumped. And then at the bottom of the deck, you get a new beginning, starting a new life, finding a purpose, and forgiving, and a compassionate review of the past. So I told you this was going to eventually come back. It's just a matter of, what are you going to do? Are you going to open up? I guess maybe it depends. It's like, because I want to be like, are you going to open up? See what I'm saying? Because it's like, she already did that. She's not blocking your love. She does not want to feel your love. She does not want to think about loving you. She is gone to her. She's trying so hard. I just realized you both have the same exact angel in front of you, behind you, and in front of you. Holy shit. See this angel? Look at this. You have a guide. You got one guide putting this together, and it's the same guide. It's beautiful. It's a divine match, divine intervention. Yeah, I don't think this woman's chasing. No way. She came to peace with something. But I'm going to say to you guys, you didn't really do it. You did it the best way you thought you should. But you're blocking it. So it's kind of like you're blocking a chance at a new start. This is tricky. This is tricky. Ladies, if this is ladies or men, if you're same sex. Be careful what I'm saying to you right now. Because I am not telling you by any means, oh, I better start opening the book again. I better start loving him. I better look at him as he's king shit. Don't you fucking do that, because you never know if this is your story. We've been reading for years about stories and things coming in, and jack shit never comes, okay? If this is your time, great. If not, I don't want you in that headspace like it's gonna come. Be careful. Okay? This is obviously divinely orchestrated, but so weren't all the other fucking things, okay? Everything's orchestrated. It doesn't mean they're here to last. This one, I feel different about, okay? But it doesn't matter. I'm more concerned on what the frig you're supposed to do about this. I guess allow a new beginning spiritually, is universally, is kind of what they're saying. So let me clarify on what you're supposed to do, because right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, you do not associate this energy with love, period. Done. You came to peace with it. But I feel dragging energy, like it's a drag, but like it's a drag, if that makes sense. Because this is what the Queen of Cups is best at: loving, giving, understanding. But psychically, you know it's a match. But so wouldn't this energy. But I hate to even be the one to tell you that this one's resisting the change, resisting the temptation, resisting the love. It's not a bad thing, guys. It's more difficult, but I don't want you to sit here and nor do I don't want you to feel bad for this energy either, right? Because it's like you got yourself out of, you took the emotions out of an equation, is what you did. But it's actually not going to benefit you. So let's get the best advice for the Queen of Cups that is blocking love, not wanting to look at it, not wanting to feel it, not wanting to give it. I think she already gave and she's done giving. So it's not a bad thing. That's it's self-worth. It's not a bad thing, right? But in this predicament, it's not a good scenario. Six of Michael. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. There's either going to be relocation or travel. This also talks about a lesson learned. So this is your advice card, which is move forward, leave the past behind. I don't think you have to say goodbye to this energy. Like, you already did, but like, I don't see this one making a breakthrough, so don't get your panties in a bunch, ladies. Continue on your course, right? This is the universe just saying, like, listen, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So you kind of shut your light off when it comes to love with this person. So you did put yourself in a dark place. But I don't think you realize you put yourself in a dark place, because you're happy-go-lucky, right? Some of you. So there's a light at the end of this tunnel, which is, I don't think you need to see your way out of it, per se. I think you're being guided. Because see how the solutions, all that stuff was coming at you? It's really how you want to present, it's really what you want to do. You can move away from it or you can move with it. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The Empress. And she was in the previous read. So you're definitely that same person where you do have something coming at you. So you could be moody or they could be moody. It's whoever's who, right? I see moody as like, oh, I want to punch you in your throat or something like that moody, more than like dark depression moody. Like, you would have came out ripping in different energy. So you need to decipher who's who with the mood. Let me get one more to help, because that Six of Michael can literally be saying, you know, open your chakra again, move forward. There's a light. You don't need to take it. You don't need to take it on anymore. But as you move forward, you're still going to need to love, right? So it's like you don't want another blockage if somebody else comes your way, right? You see what I'm saying? And then you got the World. No, see, a very happy ending coming full circle. Spiritual growth and insight. Holy shit, this woman is... Every card speaks about insight and light. It's wonderful. Okay. So if you think someone's still in your life or someone may come towards you, see, I don't feel that with you. So I think if anything, you wouldn't see something coming. But here's the thing, like, remain positive and still do what it is you do every day, because the person you're dealing with still is having trouble resisting it. It's the sexual resistance too, and the tension, sexual tension, but it's like the attraction too. But somebody just doesn't know if they can trust it yet. So again, that has to do with their own past. So you don't just resolve trust issues with a conversation. You know, it takes time, patience. But the fact that you're both coming in as water, you both need an emotional relationship. You both need an emotional depth of something to connect. And the one that you did connect with, or currently trying to connect with, they can't show you that yet. Once they do, it's too real. It's like they feel like they'll get so wrapped up into something they won't be able to live their normal life, to be honest with you. Like things will never go back to the same. Like this one, God forbid, she swept me off my feet. If she's capable of sweeping me off my feet, how am I capable of working? How am I capable of interacting with this? How am I capable about this? Like this one's just worried too, that she has such an impact on him. Of course it's going to frighten him. But she wouldn't look at it like that. Her psychic abilities may frighten him too. But see, here's the thing. Spirit's putting you both together so you can have this emotional relationship. See what I'm saying? Like, but this person doesn't get it. It's like, it's that discipline energy of, I don't know if we're compatible. Like, you're dealing with someone like that. And I've mentioned it to you before plenty of times, is why I'm giving you that same example. And it's like, you're overthinking shit you don't need to overthink. Everything's being based on what went down with this person in the past. It's tough because this is a divinely guided situationship. They put you together. There's no way you guys are not compatible. You both were seeking and wishing the same exact thing because you had the wish card crowning the two of you. You guys, you'll push through it. I mean, you got all those cards that say you will. So you will push through it. So let me pull one card for him, one for her. Somebody really is just, it's like the attraction is a pull, right? So they're questioning, is this safe? It's, whatever you guys have is really intense. I don't know if this person or you, I love you.
Okay.
I don't know if this person, can you shut my door, please?
She ain't clearly seen one.
Oh. If this person or you, oh, I think, yeah, she does.
Okay. Where are you? Downstairs.
Lonnie just said she was being weary. So this person's weary. You already shut it off. This one's still weary. The attraction's okay. That's what I was saying. The attraction is so much like this person. Like, I think about it at work. I think about it at home. I think about it when it's like, it's this person is wants the emotional relationship with you. I don't know if they've ever had that type of emotion, seduction, spiritual experience. Like, see what I'm saying? It's like somebody came in and like rocked someone's world, vice versa, because you're a match. So if you're just thinking, oh, I only rock their world, or vice versa, you're very wrong. It's a massive impact on the two of you. But what you did, this person has never felt this like this. This is different. I can't explain it. That's why this person doesn't know either. That's just it, though. You don't need to define love. Someone's trying to define love. Someone's trying to define why they feel this way. See, it's like they got hit spiritually, sexually, practically. Like they got hit from every angle when they met this particular person. That's what happens when you meet soulmates or a match, right? Of course you're going to feel that. Impact of disappointment. Yeah, I feel that with you too. I really do. All right. So, but you had to get through what you had to go through. It's the cards are saying you obviously went through a cycle together. It's clear as day. For some of you though, it's gonna work out. But again, go about what you do. I don't, the universe is saying there's not much this Queen of Cups can really do right now. Like I said earlier, it does seem like it's kind of out of your hands, and so she's shut down emotionally. She's blocking it. She doesn't want to feel it. She doesn't want to think about it. Nothing. It's not even denial, guys. That's just it. It's like she's just emotionally shut down. It really is out of her hands, because every card she got for advice is, don't worry, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't worry, things will get better. Don't worry. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. You know what song just came to me too is Magic. The band is Magic. It's called Let Your Hair Down. Baby, let your hair down. Let me run my fingers through. We're gonna be alone tonight. Mm-hmm. Go listen to it. It's a good jam. So it's like breakthroughs. You guys need breakthroughs. It's like the song just came to me, Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. It's like cracking a vault, right? And this type of person, I don't think it's even talk to you about their emotions. Talk to you about what's going on, how they feel. It's like, I'm not going to talk about jack shit. Nope, I'm just going to resist it. You can't resist this. You're being brought together. So this one's still in the energy of they're constantly thinking about you, but trying to resist it. The other one's in the energy of nothing. She took herself out of the equation. Obviously, you probably still think here and there there's love, but it was the healthy way for you to do something. It was a peaceful, gentle way. So I don't see any repercussion on your side, or some of you might be fearing it's never gonna come, but I didn't really pick up that vibe, but I said it, so I know I got some viewers right now that is more of fear, but it's not right now. It's just your way of shutting down and coping, I guess, because I feel like in a way you're probably right. Look at all of our experiences that we've gone through in the last few years. Sometimes you are better off walking away, not thinking about it, and if it happens, it happens. In the meantime, You're going to do you and take care of you. So I think it was a very practical approach for you. You know what I mean? I'm not, that's why I'm saying, like, it's the way they explained it to me is like you're blocking love. Me personally, I don't feel like you did the wrong approach because you weren't getting what you needed. So guess I just gotta leave it at that. I really don't feel like you did the wrong thing. It's like, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I feel like you're tired, but you're just like, you had to have tried plenty of times to get someone to talk and they didn't talk. I know they didn't because they don't feel safe enough. Because they can't decipher the attraction. Or if they have money, is she after money? Not for everyone, but for some. Others, they probably already have a house, a home, something established with the home there. They don't want to hold on to it. They don't want to change their home life for some reason. Because you had movement on your side. You had relocation. You had multiple things, right? So maybe you said, hey, maybe you do. I dated somebody from a different state, right? So it could be the same scenario where it's like you might ask somebody to move in this direction or they asked you vice versa. It could be any multitude of different reasons. This one's resisting the change. You guys have a massive story here. All right. What I was going to say, all right, I didn't know who I was even going to clarify first. But now I feel like I should do mutual advice, but I don't know if it's going to work that way right now. Nah, I don't know how I'm going to break that down, but these wanted to come out. So you have the Eight of Michael. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. You're just not seeing something clearly. Well, she already did that, so I think it has a lot to do with him not resisting, feeling trapped, but not being trapped, right? And it's the same angel. Like, come on, you can do it. Open the gate. And then you have decision. You know, release yourself from which holds you back. You also need to detox, which you might have some energy around you that's not great. Unnecessary worry or lack of self-confidence. Like I said, it's a trust issue. It's not that easy to just let someone in. You are dealing with somebody who is like a vault, okay? A brass vault. So you have this one energy that needs to make the decision. Like, again, like I said, it's in this person's hands, kind of. You took it out of your hands. So this is like their energy depending on who you are on my board. It's like you're only keeping yourself in a situation that's it's unhealthy. It's not good for you. You can get out of it. It's your thoughts that won't let you. It's like, make a decision. Release yourself from the cage, from the trap, the door, the household, whatever you're in, work, however it works for you. Like, let's go. You need a massive cleansing. Massive. Reiki, a detox, a cleansing, something you drink, sage, even sage. Seriously. Even some sage spray to at least save your damn sanity. But the chances of this energy watching, it's always one or the other, right? What are you going to do? Sneak attack them? Spray them real quick with sage? You know? So it does speak of a little lack of self-confidence. Like, do I have it in me to do it? Do I want to? It's a choice. Do I want to trust this woman? Do I want to trust this man? You know? That's really what it boils down to. But right now, I feel like this energy they can't even trust themselves, guys. I don't know why I feel that way. I do. Because they're resisting. I think they honestly, like, there's so much attraction. They might just think like this isn't healthy. It's confusing. But it's not. It's beautiful. You guys can have all this. This is a spiritual relationship, which again I think might be scary for this person, not for the spiritual one, but for the one that's, well, you would both be spiritual, so you use your spirituality differently. You use your intuition differently. I didn't even know that was possible, but I guess it is, depending on how your brain works. Someone's opening up to their higher self. There's conditioning here too. What will other people think? But this person really needs to be true to what they want. I can't imagine, there's spiritual bait here too. You know how I feel about spiritual bait? I don't like it, but it is what it is. And when spiritual bait takes place, that attraction doesn't go away. That was the bait. So it doesn't leave your mind. So you can't escape it, because this is where they want you to be. So look at it as a blessing that you guys have that passionate relationship, that you guys have that attraction for each other, that you guys can turn each other on by just a thought or looking at each other. You know what I mean? Like, but this person's looking at it in a negative way. They can't figure it out. Well, probably because they don't know about spiritual bait. See what I'm saying? So there's somebody very alluring. But I think she feels, you felt cheap. There's something you felt. It came up in a read about a month or two ago too. I remember exactly the same feeling and the same exact image I got of when they throw the money on the bed in Dirty Dancing. No, I mean in Pretty Woman. I feel like I'm counseling this couple right now. Or what's to come. So I hope it helps. They don't get it. Doesn't feel safe to them, guys. The amount of attraction, it's so crazy. Like, to me, I'd be all over that. I'd be like, oh, yes, yummy. I just want to eat you. I want to bite you. I want to, I'm all over that shit, guys. This person, oh, they think all that too. But this really messes with them. Like, this one really thinks like, is this seriously all it is? Because it's so intense. It's way more than that. There's a spiritual purpose here for sure. So this one needs to get out of their head and start trusting that the universe is bringing this together, which is telling me there's got to be other aspects in this person's life that's falling apart. There's no way it wouldn't be, because the universe wants it together. They're orchestrating it. So the sooner the path of least resistance, the sooner you guys can be happy together. But again, that could take days, it could take weeks, months, or years. Okay, so I don't know who you are and who's watching necessarily. So continue doing what it is you're doing if you're the other energy, because it's in someone else's court. And I think you're at the point where you're like, they can look at it like it's in their court, but to you, you already took the ball off the court, because that was the only way you could move forward. You couldn't move forward and say, no, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And it's a nice thought, right? But not this type of energy, because you invested so much emotion. You invested your heart in a situation. So you had to take the ball off the court. You could have said to this person, hey, the ball's in your court. But then afterwards, you probably thought about it. You just took the ball right off the court. You shut it down. So they may think you're waiting, but you're not. Something came over you within the last week. You shut it down. So I think this energy is fine, just proceeding. this one, the universe is not going to let up on this energy. They just won't. It's an orchestrated union. This spirit guide must be exhausted. Maybe it's the spirit guide being like, I'm over this. Like, this is the hardest job ever. Jesus. This one was so easy. Although she probably had her own faults. I know we all do. I know that energy very well. I'm a Cancer. I know that energy very well where you overgive. You carry other people's burdens. I get it. So I'm not going to disagree that you shut down that love. Because I don't think you were getting it. You may have felt it, but you sure as frig was not getting it. So I guess we can acknowledge that blockage in a further reading if it gets presented to us. Right now, I can't get my mind off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. This person is going to be consistently thinking about you. But again, it could take 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. Okay? That's why I keep going back to telling my women, I can't argue with you for what you did. You had to have been through a lot of shit in your life for you to give. You gave. You're like, no, I'm coming to peace with the situation on very good terms, and that's it. Okay. So something is inevitable. But in the meantime, ladies or gents, again, 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 hours, 6 years. So in the meantime, if you want to start dating, you want to start hanging out with your friends, you want to start getting out of the house, you want to switch up your wardrobe, you want to switch your hair color, whatever you want to do, tickles your little fancy. Make sure you continue to tickle your little fancy, okay? Because this energy right now is having a very hard time, but the universe is not going to let up. And in that song that I just sang, I can't take my hands off of you. It's like they're passionate about you. There's a tender touch there. Like, there's love, okay? But there's no action. So you go tickle your little fancy wherever you need to tickle your little fancy, okay? This type of energy, being the High Priestess, all that, Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, you're good. You're going to know how to flow. If you feel like it's time to date, you're going to start dating. If you feel like you need to put yourself out there, you will. That type of energy has their head on straight. Okay, it's not, oh, revenge, I'm gonna go sleep with this one, or I'm gonna go. No, you're way more mature than that. You just let stuff come. If something gets presented, you're smart enough to know if you need to go after it or not. Okay, so I don't mean tickle your little fancy with a crazy little fetish somewhere. Okay, but hey, you want to seek out your fetish, go for it. Just make sure you're doing it because that's where your passion lies. Okay? Because that song just came to me. Tell me where your love lies. This person has not made it clear that they love you. This person does not work with emotion. You don't have somebody that's like, oh, I love you so much. I miss you. They could be feeling it, but they would never put it into words. It would make them feel weak. Emasculated and make them feel emasculated. You're dealing with somebody who likes to be in control of their own feelings, their own thoughts, their own path. See what I'm saying? And it's like this person's getting pushed, and it's like, hold up, yeah, I'm not pushing me. Yeah, well, I have a funny feeling Spirit's gonna win. Okay. So, on that note, bada bing, bada boom. Go tickle your little fancy why this one's all up in the head. I can't keep my hands off of you. You feel like heaven to touch. All right, go ahead, boy. All right, you want to sit in that energy? Suit yourself. Suit yourself. Because I'm over here tickling my little fancy. So, there's that. All right. So, now, best advice for each energy, and we're wrapping it up. Okay. So, best advice for the Queen of Cups right now. Her best advice. Not what's next, yada yada. Best advice, why she tickles her little fancy. Because I think he's still in fantasy land, and that shit's got to stop. Action is the only way that's going to get somebody out of fantasy land. We need Action Jackson over here. We need someone to show up. But this Queen of Cups, okay, that's too many. Best advice, while she's tickling her fancy, okay, tickle, tickle. Sounds dirty. It might be dirty. Why not? Why not get dirty? Nothing wrong with getting your fingers dirty. Like, I'm talking soil. Like, I know I took it from being in the gutter, but then I took it to, like, planting flowers. Okay. All right. So your best advice for the feminine. It's time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. That's her best advice. But see, that means there's something coming at her too. See, that previous spread is coming at you. She already took the emotions out of the equation. She is exactly where she needs to be. Because if she was not exactly where she needed to be, she wouldn't be able to speak the truth. She wouldn't be able to make a rash decision. She wouldn't be able to make a logical decision if her emotions were still all wrapped up in 56 shades of shit, you know? So, which tells me she likes to fantasize, and she's got quite the imagination too. So her best advice is to take on this approach. Be strong, be committed, use your logic, be diligent about things. But it's time for her to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. That could already be the shift that you're feeling, but I don't think so, because something's coming at you. So as you move forward, this is your best advice. But make sure you're tickling your fancy, and you're not sitting in fantasy land either. And life is not stopped because of somebody who's resisting change. So continue tickling your fancy. If this energy comes at you, because I feel like this energy is coming at you, you're going to have to move quick. It brought me back to the adapting with the turtle. Looks like you got some changes coming your way. Spirit saying, take them. Don't hesitate. Think it through, guys. I'm not saying, you know, people are quick to snap, or quick to judge, or quick to yay or nay, right? This is definitely saying, do not hesitate, but think it through. Don't be foolish. Don't be stupid. You know what I mean? But it's not time to sit on it either. And right now, you're not sitting on anything anyway. All right? Yeah. My mind was still in the gutter right there. All right? So, or you might be. I don't know. You might be staying busy until somebody else comes around. I don't know. All right? But you're going to be moving quick. It pulled me to that card of engagement. And when engagement always comes out, it doesn't mean he's putting a ring on your finger, okay? When engagement comes out, it's the relationship escalates a lot quicker than you think. But I think you can handle that. because I think that's something you wanted anyway. So I don't know if you have some underlying fear here, because this is your best advice. Stay committed. Stay strong. Use your smarts. Be smart about your moves. But you can't be pokey. It's so funny because that energy came into the read the other day where I was trying to break it down for you guys. Like go with the one day at a time, but like not one day at a time sitting on the front steps plucking flowers. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that different type of energy. It's the same energy I feel. So it's like, I don't think you're going to be rushed. The Knight of Michael, Knight of Swords, is a clear thinker. No bullshit. Won't accept nothing but logic. Okay? So I think you were definitely placed in that energy for a good reason. Here's the thing though. When this person comes at you, my women, you're in masculine energy. But apparently that's exactly what Spirit wanted you. Okay? So, best advice for the King. I feel like you're dealing with a Spartacus type energy. 2 of Cups, this is his advice. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something beautiful and wonderful. Kindred spirits, like I said, like-minded relationship, spiritual relationship. Don't give up on those you love. So they love you. Okay? But Mr. Bombastic over here does not know how to tell you how much they love you, because they feel so much for you. They don't. I almost got sarcastic. This one apparently hasn't said jack shit to you. Oh, but they feel it, and it's very overwhelming. Okay. So, like I said, a spiritual relationship. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. I don't know what you're gonna create, but we saw that coming with the 8 of Pence. Okay, might be way more than just a relationship. You guys could be having babies together. Who knows? Okay, maybe you write a book together. Who knows? Maybe you create a magazine together. Who knows? Maybe you write music together. Who knows? Okay. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. So this one does not feel optimistic at this time. Okay. But they got a lot of love for you, because Spirit's basically saying, go after what you love. Why are you going to give up? Maybe he feels you gave up, so he doesn't need to put in effort. But like I said, I can't keep my hands off of you. So like, it's not a thing. It will come. Okay. So right now they kind of are in give up mode, which we're not even going to get into it. So continue tickling your little fancies. Okay. That was the best advice. You are going to have to move quickly when this energy comes. So I don't know what's going to be presented, because now you got the King of Pence coming in. Like, he's coming in as the King of Pence. Your plans are going to work out just as your plans are working out well. Professional or financial success. Using resources wisely. You may be dealing with a money man. Somebody who works with numbers or is really good with money. Okay. Really good at being successful. Someone who knows how to create stability. Which makes sense, because I saw that already. Somebody who already knows how to build that type of foundation. Right? So if it does happen to do at work, divinely guided, once again, if it does have to do at work, you're going to be extremely successful. Dum 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 dee 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 dum dum dum. Ooh 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 ah. I love that song. I can't remember the name of it. It's so 60s. All right. There was your read. Yeah, he's definitely more practical than emotional, but you need practical with emotional. You need both. But here's the deal. I think he has the practicality and she has the emotion. You need both, guys, when it comes to love. he's also learning how to use both. But so isn't she, because she's coming in being all wicked smart about her decisions, right? She's no joke either. So you both are balancing out what looks to be exactly what was needed to create synergy together. It's a great read. I'm glad I continued reading on the moody person, because this was a lot of great insight. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I love that you're just gonna sit here and tickle your fancy, and this one's like, I can't keep my hands off of you. Because the nice thing is, I can feel it. Like, that energy before would have drove you apeshit. Like, I know you're thinking about me this way. I know. Why can't you just say it? Why can't you just admit it? You're not in that energy anymore. See what I'm saying? It's nice. That's why I didn't know how to explain that Ace of Cups, because I was totally okay with you guys taking that out of the equation. It only makes sense. I've been teaching that type of stuff for a long time, so I don't feel like you did anything wrong there. And if there is that much love and passion, trust me, the cup is going to get refilled. So I really don't feel like you did anything wrong. I'm not putting blame anywhere, but I'm just saying, like, that's the only thing that kind of stumped me, you know? And then when I, like, yeah, like I just sang that song too, right? Can't keep my hands off of you. So you got just as much passion, but you don't dwell on it anymore, which is exactly the type of energy that came in, I'd say probably within the last week, where you took the ball off the court. You were like, fuck that. I'm done hearing the ball bounce. I'm done waiting. You did the right thing. I taught you guys well. Bittersweet. And if it's meant to be, it will be. It's a matter of time. 2 days, 2 months, 2 years. Don't worry about it. Do what it is you do. Okay? I don't think it's going to take 2 years for the universe to orchestrate this, though. Just saying. Just saying. And 222 is all about balance, right? Yep. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Why does that always come to me? Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. I'm dying, sweating again. I need help. I need to, like, go have my sweat glands taken out. Just take all my sweat away. You're welcome. You're welcome. YOLO. My friend used to do that to me. That's weird that I did that. YOLO. YOLO. I used to think it was so weird. And now I get it. YOLO. YOLO. All right. Are you ready for love? That song just came in again. So it's coming, guys. Just stay positive. Stay positive, optimistic. Do what it is you're doing. Don't forget to tickle your little fancy. Okay? Oh, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that reading for you. All right, girlfriend. Love you. I'm going to push some energy for you. Okay? I should probably do that now. Love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day.